Welcome to the Wormhole Coachella Recap Edition. Today we're just going to talk about Coachella, everything that happened over the 3-day weekend. It was just amazing. I'm my good friend Brian. He's literally like one of the most interesting persons I know, and then he hasn't even been on my podcast yet, so it's good to have you finally.
Thank you. Good to be here since like the Warmer 4 reviews we used to do.
No, like I've had a bunch of videos. Even last year's Coachella review video, it was me and him just talking about the festival. So this is gonna be better. We could actually elaborate more on everything that happened because it was a pretty fun weekend though.
I think each year gets richer and richer. As like you get older, you enjoy the experience a little bit more because you're not 21 anymore. You're not out kind of, doing these concerts.
Yeah.
So you get to really hone all your energy into this one weekend where you're like, you know what, I'm going to be tired, but it's going to be worth it at the end because you get to see all these good artists.
Yeah, and I felt the same way too. Like now that I'm older, like I appreciate everything better. Like hanging out at the beer garden, doing these things. Like when I was younger, even when I turned 21, I wasn't hanging out at the beer garden. Like you wanted to be in the front row, you wanted to go hard. And now it's like, it's cool if I'm a little bit more back, enjoy the whole crowd and let the kids fight because
they just can't mosh it at every concert. I remember I used to be like at the front, for Hardwell.
That's what I'm saying.
And you used to
Dominus, all that shit.
And now that you're older, and then you still gotta, drive there sometimes, and you gotta go in. You're thinking kind of like, all right, I gotta spread out my energy the entire day. So
yeah,
where do I really want to put my energy?
That's what I always tell. Like, one of my main tips is always marathon, not a sprint. Like it's a long weekend, especially if you're camping or you show up on a Thursday and then 4 days of just partying, and it does take a toll on you. And it was pretty fun though. Like the weather, there was a lot of reports that it was gonna be super windy on Friday, but overall it turned out to be just perfect. The 3 days were pretty perfect, not too hot.
Yeah, I would say compared to previous years, this one was not as hot.
Super memorable. Let us know in the comments which is your favorite Coachella moment from this weekend, whether it was like hanging out with somebody or one of your favorite artists. Friday, let's recap Friday first of all. So we talk about like the weather. Let's recap on Friday. Who's like your favorite performance that you saw on Friday?
Our headliner that day was Childish Gambino. I know that one got a lot of mixed reviews for his performance. I don't know why.
I haven't looked anything up, to be honest. That shit was incredible, like the whole time.
Yeah, the choir that he brought up, I guess it wasn't everyone's cup of tea. I think everyone was expecting like, a sort of hype Gambino, but it's like, I think Gambino's not really...
He's an artist. So he's a film director, an actor, a writer, music. He has his own albums. He's just
talented dude.
Yeah, he literally does everything. Like that's what they were describing him as, like the millennial artist, where you're not just a singer or you're not just this, like Kanye going into clothing, going into fashion, all this stuff. Like, and this whole performance, it wasn't hype, but it was like an art form. It's like watching a movie. Somebody said it. I think one of my cousins said it was like watching the movie, or Alex said it. Every shot was like changing back and forth in different moods, and it was crazy, man. It was so good. That was probably my favorite one from Friday. But
Gambino set,
and like they didn't broadcast it on YouTube.
At all?
At all. So it wasn't broadcast, and then he said, don't record it. I didn't record one thing on Gambino. So
he said, don't record?
Yeah. You didn't hear him say that?
No, because I got there late, man.
Oh, you got there late?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know at what point, but he's like, hey, Coachella. I don't know if it was the same time where he said that we're all going to die. There's 100,000 people here. Most likely, some of y'all might not make it by next week, according to the statistics and shit. And then everyone was like, what the fuck? We're all looking at each other like this is just say we're about to die. But then he said it like, Coachella, enjoy the experience. All we pass on is memories. So, and then he's like, everybody put their phone down and enjoy the experience. So literally like 98% of people, everybody had the phones down. No Snapchats, no nothing like that.
That's good.
I did see by the end of the performance, because I was a little early, by the end, by like Redbone, like those more popular songs, some people started doing it. I didn't do it. I was like, whatever, I'll enjoy it. And then I didn't even know it didn't get broadcast on YouTube. So that's we got to experience something very special, which is really cool. On Friday, I watched Blackpink. That was my favorite performance on Friday, because I know you guys don't know Blackpink, but since I did my lineup breakdown, I got this bunch of comments saying like, oh, you should check out Blackpink, Blackpink the Revolution, Blackpink this. Because a lot of K-pop and Korean pop, they're super popular all over the world. So I started listening to Blackpink, and they have some really great songs like Kumbaya. I don't know if I played them for you, but we'll listen to them after. They're just super hype songs. They rap and they do like the love song type melodies. There's 4 girls, so each of them brings a different element, and they're just so good because I also heard they engineer their songs to be hits. So they don't just like sit down and make music that's like what they feel like. They engineer it like, okay, we have this type of like B or this type in this section.
So they're going for the bangers.
Yeah, nothing but bangers. That's all they do is bangers. So, and they also did crazy dances. It was so dope. That was at the Sahara
You know who has a hit mentality like that just wants to like put out hits is DJ Khaled.
Oh, like, DJ Khaled.
I know he does more of the executive direction now, but I feel like that's what he does now. It's when he gets with a group of artists, it's about putting out a hit. It's not going to be filled with too much to think about.
Yeah,
but it's going to be more about
it's
going to feel good, summer, spring music. You're out there having a good time.
I saw a quote. I think it's by Beyonce. She was saying that people don't make albums anymore. That people just make hits. So back in the day, you get a whole album, you get the whole experience, college dropout, for example, or shit like that. And now it's like you just want to get the one hit song so you can make it, or the one hit song that's gonna be trending in the summer, and you don't really care about the whole album coming together. So.
Yeah, I think it's a shorter attention span too. It's a sad reality, but moving forward with the advances in technology, just the attention span of people to be interested and engaged, it's very, very short.
I get like you want a whole experience with an album, but back in the day too, like you have a one-hit song, and you had to buy the whole album just to listen to your favorite song.
I remember that.
You had to spend like $15 to hear the one song you wanted, and now at least you know that one song. You pay the $1 or you stream it, and now you don't have to pay the $15. So it's kind of like the pros and cons, because I also get a perspective. Like you want to, sometimes the artists they really feel like their whole project is one thing. Like. It all merges together. Drake, who just does like hits all the time, like that just does all kinds of like every song he does is almost a hit too. He's probably one of those guys that engineers his song. There are people making fun of Drake because of Lil Nas. The Lil Nas is like, oh, I can't wait for Drake's freaking country song to come out next because he's always copying the trends.
Yeah, he's definitely riding some waves since I can remember. So
yeah,
I wouldn't doubt if that's something that's coming down the line.
Yeah, that's just definitely. So, do you look at the lineup right?
Yeah. What I was looking at is 88 Glam and LMA. Those two performances were probably some of my favorites. 88 Glam because they're a group out of Toronto.
Yeah.
And they're under the same umbrella. I think they're signed to EXO. So everything stemming from The Weeknd, Nav, 88 Glam, that's like that territory. And they're really good. They're a hip hop group based out in Toronto, and because they don't have such a big following right now, it was really nice to be able to go to that right side of the stage of the outdoor and see them really close. I got really good footage from that. If you want it, you can put in the video.
Yeah.
I got them up close, and I saw guest appearances by Nav. I think that was their only guest appearance. But then I saw LMA, who was an R&B singer who DJ Mustard, I think, first connected with maybe in 2014-15. She's like an R&B artist.
I don't know any Glam, but Tucanes, of course, we didn't mention was Tucanes de Tijuana. That's just, you get to see him.
I saw the ending part of that.
Oh, you didn't get there early?
No, I didn't, because of leaving to come here to get ice and all this stuff, and then getting back to the campsite. I ended up getting there literally at the last two songs, but the last, I think, song was pretty upbeat. I think I caught a video of that.
They played La Chona twice. So they played La Chona, like their third song, and then they played like more of their classics, and then they played La Chona again at the end because I don't know if you saw the video I did with the Tucanes. I asked them a question. They were talking about.
He did it in 5 minutes, right? He wrote the song in 5 minutes?
He wrote the song in 5 minutes, but no, he said one of the reasons he got invited to Coachella because of the Chona challenge. So he played the Chona twice. On the second time he played it, we saw this like La Serpiente where like people are like behind each other just dancing and shit.
Oh, and that was involved because of the Chona challenge?
No, well, I'm just saying the crowd. Some people in the crowd started doing, like a snake where people were following each other. And then we joined it, and then everyone was just dancing to La Chona, but like when they were like running out of the main stage, we ended up like in the middle of the polo fields, and then the song ended, and we're like, what the fuck, I have video of that. That shit was so much fun. But yeah, Los Tucanes was dope, and El Centenario, we're all singing and shit.
Those songs are good. I really liked it over the last, I want to say 5-6 years, they brought out more acts like that. I remember in 2012 they brought out Tribal Monterrey.
Yeah.
That electro tribal group from I think Monterrey, Mexico. They were one of the ones. They brought Café Tacuba over the years.
Café Tacuba, Molotov.
Yeah.
It kind of slowed down though, because when I first started going to Coachella, it was Molotov, Café Tacuba, Tribal Monterrey, and then I think we didn't really have that many Latinos the last like 2014 to 15, 16 around those years. But then last year they brought back Los Angeles Azules. They saw that it was successful.
Yeah.
And this year even more.
I think it's a matter of time before they bring someone like Maná or like a Juanes.
It has to, right? Like I went to Made in America in Los Angeles. Juanes was one of the co-headliners, and it was packed. Like people love that music. And then Los Tucanes is more obscure, more like you really have to be like Mexican to know that because it's not really pop. But, but Maná, a lot of people know Maná songs, even if you don't know who they are. Like you probably heard them, stuff like that.
I think one of those performers, you know how Beyonce like ruled last year's performances?
Yeah,
she was like the top performer. I think the only other female performer that I could see possibly topping that would be Shakira.
Shakira, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So if they brought her,
dude, if she headlines,
she'd shut it down, man.
She's literally what we're talking about. A Latina, a mass popularity in all languages, basically.
Yeah.
Because we have some amazing like Latino.
She does all the World Cup songs, bro. Imagine how many she would draw.
No, she's like on that level, that type of like Beyonce, Lady Gaga level. What do you think of Ariana Grande's performance yesterday?
I liked it, dude. I can't believe she brought out NSYNC. She brought out Nicki Minaj. She brought out Diddy and Mace.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see. I didn't know she had those kind of ties with those NSYNC. I kind of knew a bit, but I didn't know she had a tie with like Diddy like that and Mace like that. So I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything that I guess I didn't expect. I also was following Ariana in the earlier days, but I think I fell off. So it was kind of really nice to see her album recently because I actually didn't listen to it.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it.
I really liked it. Like I thought it was cool. To me, it wasn't like mind blowing anything. Like comparing it, of course, it was really good. Like I'm not saying it sucked or nothing, but compared to Lady Gaga or compared to Beyonce the last couple of years, it's just like or Kendrick. I don't think she did like a super amazing job. But it was still really good, and the only thing that fucked it up for me was a mic.
Yeah, they messed up on a lot of the guest mics.
On all of them. Not even that, it was just the mics all over the weekend. Kid Cudi's mic on Saturday was so low, dude. It was annoying.
That happened when J Balvin came on for Bad Bunny.
Oh, that too. A lot of, like, throughout the weekend at different stages, like, it was just bad mics all over the place. I don't know what happened.
A bunch of people got fired for that.
Oh, that sucks. Some people lost their jobs, but no. And even if you go on the Coachella, because I was on Instagram and Coachella tweeted like a 4-hour recap of Day 3 or whatever. On the comments, it's nothing but people saying like, "Oh, you guys better apologize for Nicki because you messed up the mic," or "What the fuck? I apologize for the mics on Ariana Grande," like all this stuff because it was messed up, dude. Like, you can't just mess up the mic. Like, how are you not able to turn it up or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of technical difficulties that we don't know, but it's like it did really suck because you don't get those moments back. You know, you literally have one job to make sure that the mics and the transitions are flawless.
No, and one thing I was noticing is like, man, the production team that they have is gonna be amazing. I know we're just talking shit about the production team, but like the way they use the camera, like especially for Gambino, like man, it was just like watching the whole movie. I don't know who goes into the whole creative part of that, but that's just so good, man. Like. I was just watching because I was like watching the screen because I know he was like in the crowd and shit. So it was just the way they would do like close-ups and then like show the crowd, and then when he was smoking with that dude, and like they would get the angles in between the security guards. Like it was just so sick, man.
I think we're actually really spoiled when it comes to Coachella Fest because I'm gonna make the statement that it's the festival, the best music festival in the world.
As I've been saying, it's the best festival in the world. Like. Where else are you going to see NSYNC coming out with Ariana Grande, or last year Destiny's Child reuniting with Beyonce, or Hologram Tupac? Like these are like moments that don't happen anywhere else. You're going to have some great festivals, or a lot of people like to say Tomorrowland, which is like it's a European electro festival.
Yeah, it's in Belgium.
That's all techno. That's all like DJs.
Yeah,
and it's not the same as having all these diverse like. From Billie Eilish to YG to Ariana Grande, Gambino, like it's just Los Tucanes, like it's so much diversity and so many great performances everywhere. Like you could be literally at the Sahara and it feels like you're at one of the best concerts because in the backdrop you have the tower and all the lights, and then you go to the main stage, you have like a whole different vibe. You go here, it's just so dope, man.
I actually have a pet peeve when it comes to every time the Coachella lineup comes out. My pet peeve is the reaction of people saying, "Oh, I hate this year. It's too EDM. It's too rap." To be honest, no, it's not. It's not ever leveraged in one way. If you look at the stats,
it's super
compared
balanced.
to how many artists there are and how many genres you put them in, they have a really well balance of indie, rock, pop, soul, R&B, hip hop, rap, everything in between. If you don't like something, go to another. There's always something for someone.
There's 7 stages.
There's music for everyone. There's food for everyone. yeah, there should be food for everyone, vegans included. I mean,
No, there's a lot of vegan food. No, it's inclusive to everybody, everything. Like everyone's. Even this year, they have gender neutral bathrooms because there was 2 people that complained last year. There was a news article saying 2 people were denied access by one of the security guards to one of the restrooms. But it was 2 people out of 250,000 people from last year that complained. But they made it. They took notice, and now they have gender neutral bathrooms too. So it's inclusive to everyone. Everyone's nice. And if you had a better experience at Coachella, it's not the festival's problem. It's just anywhere in the world you go, there's always the 1% that's gonna be like people being bad people. You know, like that happens everywhere. So it's not just at Coachella. So everything else is like super diverse, inclusive food. Everything is so good. And then you get the exclusive acts, like we said, all those you never get anywhere else. And it's not even just a music festival; it's an arts festival too. So you have those art pieces and stuff.
And you get bits of culture all around, you know, because it's not explicitly shown, but you get different cultures from around the world that come, and you know, whether it's people speaking in different languages, whether it's practices, whether it's styles of performances, camera, everything. You know, everything is captured at Coachella.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the last things before I guess we get into the Saturday lineup. Is that people should check out your video regarding, you remember your response to that girl that was complaining about Coachella?
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out.
Emma Chamberlain. Oh, I reacted to Emma Chamberlain's Coachella video from last year. She was complaining about it.
Honestly, if you complain like that, I don't know what to tell you. Go. Honestly, go check yourself because that's just being lazy. If you're not coming prepared and you're getting pissed at the experience you had because you're not prepared and because you had mishaps, that's on you. Watch this guy. Watch his videos for Coachella. He gives you tips. He tells you what to do so that way you have the best experience.
And going back to that, like I want to thank all the people that I met. Like, man, there was dozens.
Man, they were treating you like Sábado Gigante out there, bro.
I didn't expect it. Like, there were so many people just like, oh, thank you. I watch your videos. Everything you were saying was right. Like, oh, thank you. And then even today, they're like, wow, I really do feel tired. Thank you for saying it's a marathon, not a sprint. Thank you for the tips about drinking water and getting a camel pack. Like, little things that I was just making these videos to see if anybody would watch them. And they've been blowing up in the last couple of weeks. Like, a lot of people have been really helped by my tip videos. And I just want to thank you guys because it feels really cool to, like, put in all that work. Because I was doing those videos for, like, the whole year. And I had to wait till now for everybody to start, like, watching them and stuff. And it's definitely paying off. And it was so cool. Like, it added another layer to already like the best festival, you know.
Absolutely, man. Because you get to go around there and people recognize you what you do just because of it's that time of the year. Coachella's coming up.
Yeah, and I was doing it like I love Coachella. Like, we've been going to Coachella before social media was around and shit. So it's like we love this festival, and then we're able to share experiences with people and people to learn from our experiences. So that's pretty dope.
Absolutely. So if you have Coachella video questions, always look at Angel's channel. He's got all the Coachella tips.
Yeah,
what to look for.
Will we continue to make more videos too? It's not just Coachella ended, I'm done. We have a lot to get through, like how to prepare for Coachella 2020, when to buy tickets, how to make sure you guys have the best time, updated tips, maybe new essentials. It's a brand new Coachella video every Monday throughout the year, even if we just have to do Q&A or whatever. New Coachella videos every Monday. So
yeah, that's just one section. He does a bunch of other topics and videos regarding people and life, culture, music. So
yeah,
Coachella is just like the nutshell. He's got plenty more.
Like Coachella. That's my Monday Coachella content, and I'll like this interviews with people. I'm trying to do more community events. Like before, I used to do more movie reviews and stuff, and it's still cool. Like I still like watching movies. Like I'll probably do like an Avengers review and stuff, but I just want to do more videos where I include more people from the Valley, give them a platform. A lot of things too. 3 people hit me up. They're like, wow, it's cool seeing a person in color like making content about Coachella. I was like, I didn't even think about that, like just because I'm Mexican and stuff. And then some girl from Mexico hit me up too. She's like, oh, we watch your videos in Mexico, this and that.
That's badass, man.
I started speaking to her in Spanish, and she was so happy. And I was like, wow, like I didn't know it could affect people. And there's people from New Zealand, people from Canada, people from Utah that watch my videos. So I'm like, wow, I just and that dude, Tony, the one with the proposal too.
Oh man, that was great. If you haven't seen that video, click on that.
Check out that video where my boy proposed to his girl at Coachella. Like someone even made a comment how saying in the future, they have an excuse to go to Coachella now because they can tell their kids like, oh, we proposed at Coachella, so we have to keep going. You know?
Yeah, and make almost like a family tradition.
Yeah, it's a tradition. So like this dude hit me up, like we became friends over the last couple of months, and he wanted me to record his proposal at Coachella, and all that shit just happened just by making videos. So a lot of things I've been telling people is just to start creating, start doing, especially like I don't like to be like, we want more minority content. Like I don't want to be like trying to push that agenda, but it is true though. Like if you look at the facts, like most of the YouTubers are Caucasian, or you don't see that many like Hispanics doing it, or Latinos. That's a better way. There's no Latinos, like American Latinos basically. Like there's a lot of people in Spanish doing it, but they're only tailored to Spanish audiences. So we have a lot of it like us. We primarily speak English. We still we love our culture, but our culture is also English. You know, living in America or doing this stuff. So it's cool just to create content, whatever. I do Coachella videos. You could do anything. Like just start. And like I said, I'm just starting now. And the more consistent you do it, you never know what opportunities are going to open up. Like I got to talk to Los Tucanes de Tijuana last week. Like
yeah, man,
that was pretty crazy.
I think things are like moving in a really good and fast direction for you.
Yeah.
Like over the last year and a half, 2 years. Remember when we were talking up about discussions on how to improve kind of each other's businesses and what we're doing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember we had those late night talks that lasted like 3 hours sometimes.
Oh dude, we would just talk. Like that's one of the reasons I wanted to do a podcast, because I always love to have conversations with people. And like with this dude, we always have these amazing talks. Like at 2 a.m. for some reason, we're always up like 2-3 hours watching Lord of the Rings, and then just talking for days. Like, no,
but it's always good content. It's always about how we can improve each other's work ethic. Be there for your friends' successes. Never be envious. Be always willing to support them, because
and always ask for help too. Like sometimes we think it's like vulnerable or prideful. Like you don't want to ask for help, but sometimes we do need the help. Or I like to spread more of a positive message. Like I don't want to be also like a motivational speaker type guy or something, but I like to post just positive things, because there's so much negativity in the world, and then just reading a negative headline could like ruin an hour of your day or something,
or your whole day sometimes.
Or your whole day. But what if you see something like, oh, come on, keep going, you know, like that could help you. Like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do it, or that stuff, you know.
I smell some Gary Vaynerchuk in you.
We took a little break, so we came to get our refreshments from the Coachella Valley Brewing Company. Not associated with Coachella, but just
support your local brewery, you know. Some really good.
We always support local, and again, Coachella. Anyway, so we touched on Friday. Now let's talk about Saturday. Saturday we didn't get there early just because on Friday, man, we went pretty hard for Gambino and all that. It was pretty crazy. Saturday, I think we made our first show was Sheck West, and of course we all went for one song. So it's not like we all went for.
Yeah.
And what's cool is he played the song twice. Same thing. And I think more artists should be doing that. Like if you have a one-hit song, like yeah, you want to promote your other songs, I get it, but you should play it like 2 or 3 times. Like we'll turn up every single time, and I think more artists should do that.
Yeah, split it. If you're gonna play it 3 times, like split into thirds. Play at the beginning to get everyone hyped. Play maybe again and be like, hey, you know what? Let's do that one more time, and then finally close out with it again. Because there's nothing wrong with doing that, because you're still including most of your stuff.
Yeah, just keep us engaged, and you know that we're gonna support you because we like that song too. Like. There's nothing wrong with having a one-hit wonder, you know? And one time in Santa Ana, I went to see OT Genesis during the summer that Coco came out. Dude, he played...
17 times?
9 times. 9 times.
Oh, 9 times.
He played Coco 9 times in a row. It was so lit every single time. He's like, you want to play it again? Yeah, and then it just...
I remember you posting about that.
It was so cool. And ever since then, I'm like, man, I never really knew that artists do that, and it's definitely worth it. Like, maybe not 9 times in a row. Maybe that's a little overkill, but... 3 times, that's like a perfect number.
Yeah, especially if you spread it out. I mean, because for me, like, I mean, who's got like a one-hit wonder right now?
Lil Nas.
Yeah, if he came out and he did at the beginning, did some of his songs that we may not know too much of, did it again in the middle. He would have been
perfect. He could done his version in the beginning, then at the end bring out Billy Ray Cyrus, and do the remix. That would have been fucking dope.
But I think at that point, most of the audience doesn't really care about the way your set list goes. It's just as long as you make it interesting, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like you said, it was mixed reviews for Gambino. It's probably because a lot of people don't know his other music besides the hits. Since he's a major artist, but I still feel like not that many people know his music. Like they know more as an actor because of Community. He was like 5 seasons or 4 seasons of Community. Then the show Atlanta, 2 seasons of that. I feel like they still don't know his music that much until, of course, This Is America. Like that one blew up, and a lot of people found out he was a rapper. Then Redbone and all that stuff. But besides that, I feel like people are still not familiar with his.
Do you know who I think has the same attribute? Travis Scott. Everyone knows the hype of his Astroworld stuff, but no one can name a song off Days Before Rodeo or Rodeo. Like,
I feel like Rodeo was such a good album too. Like, I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
It happens like that though. But that's the good thing is that, okay, you go to the Astroworld tour or whatever. So the next time he drops an album, since you're gonna know more of those songs and then a new album, and so the artist, and it's just the more you do is like staying consistent and just like long term.
Absolutely.
Especially for Gambino, like there's some rumors that he said he might stop making music as Childish Gambino or performing as Childish Gambino, and I don't know if that means he's gonna retire from music or retire the name and just become his name, Donald Glover. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I just heard a rumor. If you guys know, let us know in the comments. But it's really interesting, like, for him to have 2 personalities, too. Like, his real name, and then, you know how you got the name Childish Gambino?
No.
Oh, so you got the name Childish Gambino by going into the website where you create your own Wu-Tang name. So if you type in Bryan Suarez, your Wu-Tang name. So he literally typed Donald Glover and it's Childish Gambino, and that's how he started.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's how you guys name. So I don't know if it's because of that he wants to just associate it with his name, but that's how he did it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I think I would want the stuff that I'm most passionate about associated with my name too.
Yeah.
Because like maybe when you're young and you're like an upcoming artist and you're grinding just like every other upcoming artist that's trying to make it, you're not really thinking, oh shit, you know, when I'm older, I'm gonna blow up. Because you know, it's that mentality sometimes not instilled unless you got that drive.
Yeah.
And so when you get older, you're like, you know what, I don't want to be associated with the stigma because this was just for fun. But now that it's real time, I want to be Donald Glover or I want to be Angel Chavez instead of just Wormful, you know.
I have the same problem. Like I'm still small, like I'm still growing, but I was doing a local event for the CB food truck. We were making a video, and I met this dude, and he was super cool. And then he's all telling me like, "Oh, what's my YouTube?" Because I was like, "Oh, I'll make the video." And then I was like, "It's Wonderful." And then he's like, "How you spell it?" And this, and I had so much trouble trying to share it. So I was like, I have to start promoting as Angel Chavez, even though Wonderful still my thing, like still gonna be my @ But I just changed to Angel Chavez and then @ Wonderful. Angel Chavez @ Wonderful. And my YouTube's now Angel Chavez /Wonderful. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go away with it, but I just know it's easier for me to share my name. And like the thing that goes on is always your name too. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, marketability. So
and some people did come up to me like, "Hey, are you Wonderful?" So that was kind of cool. Because a lot of people were saying Angel, but someone did say Wonderful. So shout out to those people that did that. That was dope. That was dope at Coachella. So we're talking about Saturday.
Yeah, on a super unrelated note, now that we're talking about tags, you remember that Call of Duty tag? We had the FTN for Call of Duty
for the nation.
Yeah, if you're watching this, if you're part of the FTN group, Mayo, and you know all you other suckers that were back in the Call of Duty days doing the FTN group.
Yeah, Axel. There's a bunch of people for the nation. It was like we used to play those clan days. Yeah, Call of Duty was fun, like 2010, 2011, around there. Yeah, those are good old names. And like you said, you don't think about the long term. So right now I'm focused on long term. Like I know I'm getting some success from YouTube, but I'm still relatively small. But I know like where am I going to be 5 years from now? I'm already thinking like long term, and it's cool to already be recognized for the work. Like I've made over like 300 YouTube videos already. Like it's been since 2015 a grind, and what I learned too over the time is I never stood consistent. Like I lost passion. And I didn't stay consistent, so I was doing book reviews at first. And then we started doing MMA things. Then we started doing movie reviews and reactions and this. So for me, like what I learned of the 4 years of doing YouTube is you have to stick to one thing. So for my channel now, I stick to Coachella every week. They know every Monday it's a Coachella video. Even people hit me up like, because last Monday I uploaded really late. They're like, hey, are you still making a Coachella video? So
good.
You just have to make it consistent. It's like watching a TV show. You know that a certain TV show is going to be on Thursdays, or a certain TV show, or Monday Night Football, it's on Mondays.
Yeah, so associated.
So even if you don't want to watch it, you kind of know it's there. So I'm doing my Coachella Monday video, and ever since I stood consistent with that, I've been growing my channel. And before, like I said, I was just jumping back and forth between topics, and I didn't stay consistent. So whatever it is that people are trying to do, just stay consistent. And like at first they sucked, and even right now they're not going to be the greatest videos, but I'm getting better and better and better and better. That's just what happens when you just keep doing that.
Yeah, so lesson for you younglings, check that out. So back to Saturday. So we talked about Childish, and we talked Mobamba. So
okay, another memorable for me, like this is more on a personal level, was Wiz Khalifa. I love Wiz Khalifa because, again, taking it back to 2011, 2012. Like
those are our days, man. Rolling Papers. If you were out for Rolling Papers.
He was playing songs from Rolling Papers. And then it was just so sick just to listen to that, because I did see Wiz Khalifa back in 2011. My first Coachella video ever was Coachella 2011 highlights, and Wiz Khalifa is part of that video. So I've been messing with Wiz Khalifa. Like, we used to wear cargo shorts and Taylor Gang shirts. So I used to
military
have
shorts.
Hell yeah, TGOD. Cargo shorts
no
with
partying, no sleeping, live it up like that's a good time, man.
No, man, Wiz Khalifa's sick, man. And then he brought out Chevy Woods for...
Oh, him and Chevy have a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah, they sang 2 songs. Man, I can't remember what song they sang. They sang It's a Party.
It's a party.
Dude, I had so many memories when they were playing that. I was like, damn. Then he did like an acapella of the song with the See You Again, the one with
with
Walker.
the Charlie Puth?
I'm not sure, but the one that he played for the Fast and Furious song.
Yeah.
It was like the tribute to the dude that died.
Yeah. Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. So it was pretty emotional. Like, everybody was singing like kind of acapella, and it was sick.
Damn.
And then Wild and Free or whatever.
That was a good one. He's got Bruno Mars on there too. I don't know why he didn't bring him up.
Oh, Bruno Mars should headline Coachella, dude. That's somebody that needs to come to Coachella.
Maybe it's something we could put at the end of this video, or maybe the next video.
At the end of the video, we'll do our predictions for 2020. Right now, we're just kind of just talking, but Saturday, Wiz Khalifa, I just loved it because personally, I just love a lot of his music, and I grew up on him, so it's just on my time. Then from there, we went to see Weezer, another band that we grew up on. So for me, it was either Juice WRLD, which is kind of like more popular today, more trendy, or somebody that I really love, like Weezer. So we went to see Weezer just because, just the memories again. Like, that's what's cool about Coachella. Like, you could go watch Weezer, or you could watch that person, or there's the Yuma, or there's the outdoor, there's everything. Sonora stage. Like, you could be at the Arctic Dome, you could be at the merch place, you could be buying food from over, taking photos with the art pieces, you could be at the Ferris wheel, you could be anywhere, and it's not just like any other concert where there's only 2 stages or whatever. There's 7 stages, clubs, nightclubs, fucking art
simulations, everything. Make it your festival, make it your time.
Yeah, it's a whole experience. So all those people that complain, like, oh, the lineup sucks this year, it doesn't even matter what the lineup is. Like, that's the reason they sell out the tickets in June before we even know who's going to be in the lineup, because it's so much fun, and you just experience, like, it's like nothing else. And they were sick. Like, they played like all their classics. Of course, they had a new album drop. I think they only played like 2 songs from the new album, and the rest were just nothing but people knew. So they're just singing along. That's the best.
Those are the middle school and high school anthems too. That's why, because I remember growing up and I would hear like, oh. I heard that everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
I just heard that echoing, and then you hear
Beverly
Hills. That's where I want to be. So,
and it was so cool, bro. Like, and they announced, he, I don't know, again, with the retirement, but he said, the main singer, I don't know his name, but he said, this is going to be the last year they ever play Coachella. So, hinting, I guess, they're going to retire. That's where I was getting at. So, it might be the last time people get to watch Coachella. So, if you're going weekend 2, definitely need to check out Weezer, because it might be the last time they ever play Coachella. It could be one of the last concerts ever. Remember Swedish House Mafia 2012?
Oh yeah, man,
that was their last. That was the beginning of the last tour as well. So
that was pretty indicative. And maybe a good tip for you, for fans all over, and just for young ones attending Coachella for the first time. If there's an older group that's going and performing versus someone like Juice WRLD or someone that's young, I recommend you go to the older group because chances are, if it's a young artist, they're gonna be back. You can probably see someone like Zed or someone like Juice WRLD or someone like Travis somewhere down the line, not just at Coachella but anywhere else. But if it's someone like Weezer, if someone like Panic at the Disco comes, if someone like
Guns N' Roses,
Green Day, Guns N' Roses, these are groups that don't come around as often as these others. So take that into account. Yeah, you might miss out on a hype event, but there's gonna be more of those events.
Exactly.
You won't experience a Green Day, Coachella.
We need Green Day at Coachella.
Yeah, we'll save those predictions for.
No, yeah, it's perfectly. Like I didn't really think about it. Like I spent on my subconscious because for me personally, I'd rather watch a live band versus like a DJ.
Yeah,
like rappers, I do like rap, but also if it's like two, like, let's say I like both on the same level, a band versus a rapper, I'd rather watch the band just because for me, like as a live performance. Just the guitars and everything is just you get more into the crowd, like
absolutely.
It just becomes more engaging to me. And like you said, Coachella brings out these type of performances. Swedish House Mafia, they said they were going to be the last tour. They started at Coachella. Outkast reuniting. You never know when you're going to see Outkast again. You have Guns N' Roses, maybe one of the last freaking tours.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
AC/DC definitely. Yeah. AC/DC. Brian Johnson retired already. So if you saw AC/DC back in I think it was 16. I don't remember what year it was, but AC/DC came to Coachella. We got to see him, and then the lead singer retired because he had problems with like his health. So we got to see him maybe one of his last times, and we grew up on AC/DC. You remember playing Rock Band like that?
Yeah, man.
Those are the days, man.
We play Rock Band, AC/DC.
But yeah, Weezer at Coachella. So they were super dope. And then from there we went to see Kid Cudi, so we made it all the way back to Sahara. It was a long while. We went from Sahara to the main stage and then back to Sahara.
It's a lot of walking.
It's a lot of walking. Saturday we did a lot of walking, but it was pretty fun overall. And then we got to see Kid Cudi. The Kid Cudi was lit for the entire set. The only problem was his mic was a little bit low. Talking again back to I don't know what was up with the mics, but it was a little bit low. And he played a lot of his classics, of course, some stuff from Kids See Ghosts. I think he opened with I Feel Free. What was the name of the song?
Sure, we need to look it up. I know what you're talking about.
He opened up with that one, and I was disappointed he didn't bring out Kanye, to be honest. I really thought he was. Maybe Weekend 2, since he's going to be here for the Sunday service.
That makes sense, too, because for sure Kanye's going to be within the vicinity for Weekend 2.
Yeah, so it was disappointing that he didn't do it, but it was just lit, like everything. He ended it with Pursuit of Happiness, and then like Little Papers came out, like what they do.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it was like 50 minutes. It was short, to be honest. He did start late though. He started like at 11:55.
And it was still 50 minutes.
Yeah, so he ended right before 1:00. Well, that's what I did in my video, like walking out of Coachella. We literally walked into the Blue Path at 1. And I didn't get.
Oh yeah, I saw that because you were in that time lapse.
It took forever. We were in the car for like 40 minutes. Like I don't know what happened. It was crazy. So I made that video too, like just showing how sometimes it takes you forever, especially if you're staying in Palm Springs. I can't even imagine. That's
man, no, bro.
You guys are staying in Palm Springs. You guys do it good because 40 minutes to leave or an hour to leave the festival, and you gotta drive another 40 minutes to get to your house or your hotel and shit. That's crazy.
That's insane.
If you're planning on going to Coachella next year or in the future, you should definitely camp. And if you can't, try to get a local hotel here in Indio or Coachella or La Quinta. Yeah. Palm Springs is cool. They have more of a like after party vibe and stuff, but the drive to the Palm Springs after Coachella is just too long to be honest.
And it doesn't make sense either. Like the most of the fun happens at Coachella. What the hell are you gonna do out at the Hard Rock Hotel in Palm Springs? To stay at Fantasy Springs, just can't come over.
On one of the podcasts that I had, I interviewed the mayor of Coachella, the mayor of the city.
Yeah, you're talking about the hotels.
Yeah, so they're building a 400-room hotel right there on 48. So 48, the place where they're building this hotel is going to be maybe like a 10 to 15-minute drive or less to the festival. So that one...
is it all that construction that's going on between Van Buren and...
where the lighthouse is at, the weed shop that's right there?
Yeah.
It's right there.
It's a huge lot. Huge.
So they're saying 400 rooms and a 500-square-foot pool or something like that.
And that makes sense, too. They've been constructing that area for, honestly, the last, 2 to 3 years. No, I think it's been 10 years.
Oh, with the
because remember, it was supposed to be a Walmart.
Oh,
in the first place, and then they moved it.
It's because the economy crashed.
Yeah. So it was going on since 2008. So literally, this was like a 10-year delay.
Yeah.
The economy took a nosedive, and then it took
Then
time for everything
Albertsons
to come back up.
closed, so they're like, oh, we don't need to build a new building. They're just moving to that old Albertsons.
Exactly. So they put Walmart there. So that's interesting. I didn't know they were going to put a hotel.
I asked them because I've been seeing so much development, but it's kind of slow too. It's taking a long time, but it's 400 rooms. There's going to be a lot of people going to Coachella. It's going to be right there. So, well, once you get to those, once that stuff is open, I'll make a video like recommendations for you guys to stay. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, definitely try to stay as close as you can to the festival, just because leaving the festival and getting back to your hotel is going to be a little bit tough, to be honest. But I think Kid Cudi was the last one for Saturday, and then now let's talk about Sunday. Sunday, well, we met up at your campground on Sunday.
That was good. That was a fun time. I didn't know if you guys were gonna make it or not.
I didn't call you or text you. I was just like, hopefully they're still there. I was walking in with an 18-pack. One thing that did happen though, they confiscated 3 of my like pre-rolls at the check-in. Dude, I don't know. I don't want to say that they racially profiled me because it happens to me all the time. Because I guess I look like a mean guy or something. They fucking checked my backpack like inside out, fucking every crevice. Like this dude went crazy on my backpack, and like even my cousins and Alex saw like.
They took an extra step with you, huh?
Yeah, like they always do. Like when I go to the fair, they pat me down like crazy. Like, bro, I'm not gonna go stab someone. Like I might look intimidating, but I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna go fight people. Like it's always funny though because I always get racially profiled. But I mean I don't want to like complain about it. But they confiscated 3 of my blunts. That's pretty crazy. Before we got to your spot, and then what I fucked up was I should have put them in the 18-pack.
Yeah, man, there's a little holes right there.
The handle, I fucked up. I put them in my water pack and the camel pack, and that food caught them. I was like, damn it. Then we made it back to your spot. We drank some beers. We took some shots.
Had some of these, yeah. We had
some of these Coachella hazy IPA, which are freaking fire.
We had a lot of alcohol, actually. We had, Malibu. We had tequila. We had some of these.
Yeah.
We had
we took
Modelos.
some shots, man. It was a good time.
It's a fun time. When you hang out with your best friend, you got to do it right, you know?
No, it's always fun. And what's cool about Coachella, too, since it's such a long day, like, you could be in a good one, you sober up, then get in a good one again, sober up, you know, like,
you're in waves.
You're in waves, and you can always take a break. Like, you don't have to be, like, in the concert the whole time. Like, you could go to the beer garden, relax, or sit down by one of in the shade area, chill. Like, there's people that take naps in the grass field. Like, it's cool. Like, everybody there is really friendly. Like I said, 99% of the people are friendly. If you ever had a bad experience, it's that's just what happens, you know, like.
Yeah, there's always going to be that small percentage that, you know, you might come across some people are just assholes.
And if you see somebody being an asshole or acting rude, like, try to put a stop to it if you can, or just tell them something, because, again, we're all here to have a good time. It's Coachella's, that's what Coachella's about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Sunday, who did we see first on Sunday? I forgot.
Dude, come on, we saw King Push.
Oh, yeah.
So we saw Pusha T.
Pusha T, which, first of all, it's disrespectful that they had him at 4 o'clock. Like, bro.
Yeah, that was honestly too early. Pusha should have been, like, around 7, to be honest.
Yes, like, I was so mad. Like, when I saw the set times, Pusha T at 4:15. Like, that's the most disrespectful thing, dude. And then he was fire, though, Pusha T.
Honestly, if you're not a fan of Pusha T, but if you're a fan of good music and if you're a fan of, like, good hip-hop performances, go out to Pusha T set, because I've actually never seen Pusha T live, but from the moment we got there, his performance was just, you know, he's not lip syncing, everything's just on the mic, he's spitting
exactly,
hard.
And that's what I love about him too, because you go see other rappers, they have their song playing in the background and they're just like with the mic over it. Like, to be honest, that's one of the reasons I rather watch a rock band versus a rapper, because although, yeah, it's cool that the rap songs are lit and you get hype and they might be trendy, but there's nothing like them playing the music from scratch, you know, like freaking playing the whole song, rapping, every vocal is from them, you know, and then Pusha T does that. He raps every song, and his album last year, which is one of the best albums of 2018,
exactly,
Daytona. If you haven't heard, it's only 10 songs. It's like 27 minutes or something, super quick, and if you listen to the lyrics, it's just so good, and the production by Kanye is amazing too. So he had one of the best albums, and he had a pretty good Coachella performance. Hey, you never know, maybe he brings out Kanye since he's going to be there that Sunday. You never know. So check out King Push next week or weekend too for sure. And it was really good. We were freaking, we met there, then we met this dude Tom Nash, who was just being hyped the whole time. Like, my boy Tom Nash, shout out to him. He does a podcast called Can't Feel the Heat podcast, and it's all about Coachella. Like he actually talks to some of the people that set up the stages. He talks to some people that do like the Reddit setups, and I actually was in one of his podcasts too. So it's all about Coachella, like his podcast. Can't Feel the Heat. Check it out. Tom Nash. Shout out to this dude. He's super awesome. But this dude was lit. He was just having a good time. And then we met my boy Tony, the dude that proposed to his girl.
Yeah.
So I met him too there. So we're all there for King Push, and we were just like vibing out. Like we had a big group. So it's always cool when you're like with big groups and meet up with people. If you're going to Coachella alone, maybe you should hit up Reddit.
Yeah.
Or hit up, Reddit. A lot of people on Reddit, they're super friendly. Like, there's not going to be no weird stuff. Like, people are just there to have a good time. So if you're alone, or maybe it's just two of you, you want to meet more people that have similar interests, just put it on Reddit, and people are going to be super cool. They invite you to your campgrounds, invite you to buy you a beer or something, you know?
Honestly, yeah. I remember, actually, the Pusha T was one of my favorite performances. His was like a solid 8 out of 10 performance, but what made it almost feel like an 8.5 or a 9 overall is because you're with a really good group of people that just are having a good time. They know a good amount of the songs. And if you don't know some of the songs, but you're still vibing and dancing, that's what matters most, because the energy and the vibe of your group can really affect the performance. It can elevate it, or it can make it just even worse. So
exactly the same. I couldn't have said any better. Yeah, it depends on your group. If you're with a lit crowd, any artist you're watching is gotta be more fun than just being by yourself. Although you could have fun by yourself too, so don't be afraid to like split up from your group too. One thing with me and my cousins were doing, because I know you had like your whole campground group. So I was going with my cousins, and we had a designated rendezvous point, and I talked about this on my videos. So one of the days, we told each other we're gonna meet at one of the art structures. There was the cactus.
The cactus were cool. That was
cactus,
a nice.
And we met up at the red one. So I was like, hey, if we get lost or whatever, or I think we split up on Saturday and we all went our separate ways. We're like, hey, let's meet up at 10 at the cactus. And we ended up meeting there. And then after the festival too, because they wanted to see somebody else and we were seeing somebody else. We're like, hey, at the end of the festival, let's meet at the cactus.
At the red cactus.
And we met there every time. And then yesterday, on Friday, my cousin lost, the same cousin, Armando, he lost his watch. And then yesterday, he lost his phone. But since we kind of made a plan, we know where to go, you know. So you never know where you're going to lose at Coachella. You might lose your phone. There's never any signal. So make a rendezvous point. Like, tell your friends you're going to meet them at a certain structure. Like, as soon as you're on the festival, you're like, okay, if anyone gets lost, let's meet here. Or maybe at 7 o'clock, let's meet here. Or 10 o'clock, let's meet here, you know. We all could split up and go separate ways. And at the end of the festival, meet at a certain area. That way, there's no, like, you're looking for your friend or anything that happens. You know, that's just a quick tip for people. I've been saying this in other videos, but if you're watching this before weekend 2, definitely think about that.
Yeah, plan ahead. Planning is important.
Yeah, and then who else did we watch on Sunday? So we want Fish.
We saw Bad Bunny afterwards.
Bad Bunny right after Pusha T. And Bad Bunny, to be honest, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. It was kind of dead, to be honest. It wasn't as hype as I expected it to be. Compared to J Balvin, which was fucking fire, bro. Like, that dude was playing all the classics, Gasolina, Rompe, all that shit. Like, he was giving homage to the people that put reggaeton on the map, like Daddy Yankee and Don Omar and all those guys. They kind of paved the way for this new generation that's coming up now. So it was so cool to integrate his hits, and then he kind of integrated as well the old school stuff. So
yeah,
with Bad Bunny, I didn't really feel it that much, to be honest, because maybe it's because I'm not really familiar with a lot of his music, or how do you feel about it?
I was actually going to say that I was into the music, but because I was into it, you know?
Yeah.
And I did feel that difference in energy, though, from Pusha T to Bad Bunny. But I think it also had to do with, I wasn't sure if it was the timing Bad Bunny was on, as well as, like, the mess-ups with the mic with J Balvin. That, like, threw things off.
Yeah, the mic was a little bit low, so... Oh, shit. It's 30 minutes. His name's Danny Hastings. Danny Hastings, well, he's, like, Latino. Well, that's crazy. I'll see what's up with that. Where did we leave off?
So I think we're doing...
J Balvin?
Yeah, J Balvin and the Bad Bunny portion.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Bad Bunny overall, I thought his performance was good. It wasn't as good as I expected. I really, really had a good feeling that Drake was going to show up, but he never came.
Yeah.
But it's just still cool, though, you know. Bad Bunny, he still did his thing. He didn't suck or nothing, like if you're saying. I'm not saying he sucked, It just maybe my expectations were a little bit too crazy, but it was still good vibes. If you fuck with Bad Bunny's music, you're gonna have a great time for sure.
Yeah, I would say the same. I really enjoy a lot of Bad Bunny's music. I've been following him for quite some time now since he started to do a lot of his. If you're on the Trap Kings Apple Music playlist, then you already know a lot of his music. I think the thing that really messed up the vibe was when J Balvin came in, which was like pretty early. It was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the performance.
Yeah,
his mic was also messed up. Again, it's the reoccurring theme this weekend was there was a lot of mic failures, and it really threw off the energy and as well as the time. I don't think Bad Bunny should have been like that time and day. I feel like a 7 o'clock.
it was too hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so same thing with King Push, same with Pusha T, same thing with Bad Bunny. It was just too hot. Like, it was like 190 something degrees outside, just dry heat. Like, yeah, you're having fun, you're dancing, but you're just feeling the heat in your face. Like, it's just not a great experience. And he deserved a lot better time slot for sure.
Yeah, and maybe even something like at Sahara. I could have seen Bad Bunny at Sahara. That I feel like that could have even made the difference maker, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Bad Bunny at the Sahara, that would have made a lot more sense. Even for Kid Cudi, I feel like Kid Cudi should have been at the main stage. Like,
yeah, Kid Cudi should have definitely been main stage.
Kid Cudi was the main stage in 2015, I think. Last time he came, and that was before Kids See Goes, before the other album he dropped. So it's like some of the stuff didn't really make sense, but again, it just comes with the territory. With Coachella, you never know what they're gonna do, and I didn't get to watch Billie Eilish. A lot of people, I guess, really love that artist.
Yeah.
I'm not really into her music. I haven't really listened to it. I've listened to like one song, but I heard it was really emotional for the people that really like her. I don't know when she said this, but I was watching just on what people are saying on social media that she said, I guess she mentioned like in a video once, like she wanted to become famous so she could meet Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber was at her performance, and then after the performance, he was like in the VIP, and he walked up to her, and then she was like crying, and she hugged him and shit. Like, she's 17 years old, and to be playing at Coachella, 17 years old.
That's insane.
And Justin Bieber was there to see her, and it was like her dream come true. So it's like that sounds pretty dope, man.
That's a nice little, you know.
Yeah, like that's that's dream come true. Maybe she worked really hard. Like I said, I'm not familiar with her music, and she has a lot of fans, but. She got to live her dream,
and that's like an innocent like wish too. It's just like to meet someone who you admire, maybe musically or artistically. And she wasn't asking like, oh, I want to get famous to get this Ferrari or to get this or become lavish and luxury extravaganza. She said, I just want to meet this artist.
Yeah. Same with Tyler the Creator. He's a super Kanye fan. So every time Kanye is playing anywhere, he's always in the crowd just like crying and going hard because. Even though he's a famous artist, producer, he loves Kanye. Like you grew up on him. Like for me, I love Kanye. Like if I got to meet Kanye, that'd be like the craziest shit ever. But so I thought it was a really touching moment. I didn't get to experience it live. I saw it on social media, but Billie Eilish, like she's super dope, and it's cool that she's 17 years old playing Coachella already. Like that's
insane.
That's sick. And Sunday, so we went to see J Balvin.
No, it was Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I messed up. So Bad Bunny. Then from Bad Bunny, who did I go see?
Remember Bad Bunny? That's where we split, and we went to go see, I think, YG afterward.
Oh, yeah. We're supposed to meet up for YG, and you told me we were by the sign where it says the sign. So we got there, and I looked everywhere. I tried calling you, but there was no signal. We were there by the sign, like on the outside of this, and we looked around, but we couldn't find you guys.
That's insane.
And that's kind of like the spot we stayed for YG. We were just like by the sign, but like
no way, we were right there too.
Yeah.
Are there two signs?
Were you on the right or left side?
We're on the left.
Yeah, we're on the left too.
Really?
Closer to like the beer gardens, but like over here, like in the.
Yeah, where we met up on Saturday, right?
Saturday. Yeah.
Remember we met up on Saturday? There's a sign right there.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Interesting. Sorry, side note, but that's where we were.
That was a rendezvous point.
Dude, I gotta say, YG was one of my favorite performances of Coachella, and I gotta say that with like all due respect. It was one of those performances where you go in there, and if you're a YG fan, if you're a West Coast hip hop fan, you're not gonna be disappointed. At least from that performance from that weekend. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. YG dedicated that entire performance to his lost brother Nipsey Hussle, and it was extremely touching because he was like the brother to YG. I feel like YG and Nipsey were like a bridge. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that YG contributed and devoted that performance to Nipsey in respect of him and his impact on the West Coast was just, it made the icing on the cake. And his YG's performance alone was really, really good. And he didn't even bring out all the hits. Like, YG still had like hits and hits and hits that he still could have delivered, but he made them concise, short, sweet, and it just made an exceptional performance, in my opinion.
Yeah, YG was so good. For me, I wanted to see YG before all the Nipsey Hussle stuff. Like, when the lineup came out, I was super happy for YG because I've been a fan of YG for a long time. And, like, for me, Still Brazy, like, I love that album. I even got it on vinyl. Like, I was like, you know what? I love this album. I have to get it. And, of course, I was super hyped for YG. And then I saw my friends posted. They went to see him, I think, in San Diego or something. Shout out to Adam Oakley and I don't know who else went. But, yeah, YG was so good. Like, I was like, man, I can't wait for YG. And then all the Nipsey Hussle thing happened. And then YG's been posting on social media like, oh, Nipsey. And I was like, you know, I got to see him. He's going to do a tribute to him. And I was already hyped to see him. And it was so good. Like, he was really emotional. You could tell, like, in his voice.
Yeah, man.
And he said he was just performing because of the tequila. Like, that fool was just drinking the whole night. So it was just, like, playing all his classics. He brought somebody out, right?
Yeah, he brought out 2 Chainz, Big Sean for Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to bring out Nicki Minaj, and he should have. She was there.
She was there. That same night. Stupid, bro. Like, I was expecting it too.
Maybe some shit happened and she couldn't perform, but he brought out that. And then when he brought out Tyga to do what was it? He did this one song that I can't remember the name of right now, but then he let Tyga take the stage for like a song. He's like, hey man, you got a lot of hits. Do your shit, bro. And then Taste came on, and oh my god, man, the crowd just lost it,
dude.
When I say like the YG performance was one of the best Coachella performances of the entire weekend, like I'm not sugarcoating it. It was not boring from beginning to end. He even had a fake Donald Trump come out, an actor come out, and it was so good because it sounded and looked like him, and it led up that whole skit led up to, of course, like Donald Trump, the song. And it was just, it was an awesome performance.
When he said, oh, I'm dropping some new music. Because, okay, first of all, YG was supposed to drop an album on April 13th. But because of Nipsey Hussle's passing, he delayed the release of the album because he wanted to, like, he didn't want to take away from his homie, you know, like he grew up with this guy. He played a song from his new album. I forgot the name. I don't know what the name was of the song. It was really lit.
It's bad.
Well, the visuals, it was literally saying, no, stop snitching.
Stop. And it had Tekashi 69, bro. I was crying, man.
Bro, he was just throwing shade. Like everyone was just like having the best time just because it was so funny and kind of just like, you know what, no snitching. And that song's pretty lit. I can't wait for the album. But overall, like a good vibe. It was just emotional and then a lot of classics. He brought out some guests. Most likely, he's going to bring us some guests in the next weekend. It might be different ones. We don't know if Tyga's going to come back or Big Sean, but there'll be some guest performances next week, especially because Coachella Weekend 2 always kind of changes it up a little bit.
Yeah, and YG signed to a bunch of different artists like, you know, Drake, Kamaya. I wouldn't be, you know, surprised to see any of them come out. And, I mean, he's got solid records from, you know, Still Brazy. He's got My Crazy Life, his debut album, and then he's got obviously Stay Dangerous, where he has everyone and their freaking moms on there. You know?
So he has a lot of collaborations and just a lot of hits that you guys know. And I was cool that he's like, I'm gonna take this back because the first song I ever heard from YG for sure was "Tootin' and Booty." Like it's weird because that song is like nothing what he is like the rest of his music. That was like
it's his early days, man. It was like that one pop hit of YG where it's. And you can hear it in the inflection of his voice, too. It's got this, like, little young man vibe in it. It's not the YG that we know today.
Yeah.
But it's,
if you've been listening to him for a while, that's definitely a song you gotta...
Was that 2011, bro?
Around there.
Yeah.
High school. Back to high school.
For all you young kids, that's a 2011.
Yeah, Tootin' and Booty.
Before you go to the YG one.
Every kickback, every party had that song for sure. So, yeah, YG was just overall super memorable. Then from YG, I went to check out Ocho Ojos. It was only like the last 15 minutes.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. Like, so they're a local band from Coachella. They play like psychedelic cumbias basically. So it's like a mixture of cumbias, and they also sing in English. So that they're like rap in English, but they also play cumbias, and like it's pretty dope. So if you guys want to check out Ocho Ojos, maybe you're not into YG, they're a local like cumbias dancing. It's air conditioning the Sonora stage, so it's super cool. A lot of Latino, so if maybe you're a Latino, you go and support a Latino artist. Ocho Ojos was pretty vibey. I got to see like their couple famous songs, Chivalva. They brought in this guest performance to sing it because it's a song with somebody else. I don't know the name of the group, to be honest, but it was pretty cool. And then from Ocho Ojos, there's air conditioning. I think I went to the main stage, and what happened to her? Because her was supposed to go on at 9:30.
Yeah,
bro.
so she had her name is actually her H.E.R. Yeah, so that's her initials. Less pun intended as possible. That's literally her name. So she came on 30 minutes after the fact. I was already on my way out, and we heard her come on. Man, did you stay?
I was at the beer garden.
Oh my gosh. When I have to say that an artist is talented, her played the bass from the drums to the guitar. Oh my god, I have never seen an artist like her. No pun intended. So if you get a chance, and hopefully she doesn't have a delay second weekend, go check out her. Her is a great R&B artist. She got the Grammys R&B Album of the Year. She's associated with acts like Daniel Caesar. She's in the same vibe as him. Cats like Miguel. And again, more of the alternative R&B scene. She's really good. So she came in. She was still able to do about an hour of her work still, even after being 30 minutes late. And then that carried over to, again, before her was CLIF.
Yeah.
And then after her was Ariana Grande.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't get to see her. I know my cousins are really interested in her, but then, like I said, it was a 30-minute delay. That sucks sometimes. I still don't understand how that happens at Coachella. Like, for me, one of the times I was pissed off was Coachella 2014 or 15. I can't remember. But it was Tucanes, bro. Like, I was super hyped for Tucanes. He showed up like 40 minutes late. He was only going to play like 3 songs, bro. Like, you know you're supposed to play at a certain time. How are you late? Maybe it's not their fault. Like, I don't want to blame the artist. Maybe it's the production. I don't know. I don't know behind the scenes, but I don't know how they're so late sometimes. Like, it just sucks.
Do you remember? I don't know if you were there last year, but the Migos showed up 40 freaking minutes late as well.
Dude, Migos.
And the first weekend was pissed because I think they only played like about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, the Migos made everyone wait like about 40 minutes.
To be honest, I skipped Migos so I could get a spot for Beyonce.
Yeah.
That was on Sunday, so I didn't get to see Migos, but I did hear that a lot of people were complaining that it was so late. Oh, well, you mentioned it in our last video, the Coachella 2018 review.
Oh, yeah.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
So I didn't get to see Migos because the year before that, they came out as guest performances 3 different times. I got to see them in 3 different guest performances. I think it was with Future, 2017 Future.
With Gucci Mane as well.
Yeah, it was 3 times they came out as guests. So I was like, I don't want to see
them. And with Drake, too.
No, Drake came out with Future.
Right, never mind.
So Future, bro, Migos, and Drake, that's guests.
There we go.
But yeah, like I'm saying, they that's the only reason I didn't see them last year, because the year before that, they came out.
They were with everyone.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know how they always end up being late, but either way, then we went to see Ariana Grande. We were trying to get to Speaker S2. The same one we met for
remember that
for Pusha T. So we were there, but it was just too packed already. Like by the time we got there, so we just settled like whatever we were just sitting down. I did some like time lapse videos, and I was just chilling there. And like I said, like Ariana Grande, she was pretty cool, but overall I wasn't like super. I'm not a huge fan of her. Like I think she's cool, whatever. So maybe I didn't like it as much as other people. And again, the mics, man, like. The number one thing, like when you go to a party, they say you gotta have 2 things. When you go to a party, it's food and like alcohol.
Yeah.
So when you go to a concert, the number one thing you gotta have is good sound. Like that's just should be the number one thing. Like
absolutely,
nothing else doesn't matter. And they fucked up the mics. Like, bro, come on.
It's like you got one job: just make sure that the sound system's good to go. Yeah, and the thing is, I may take this back later, but I just think Ariana Grande's spot was not fit for the energy to conclude Coachella. I think she may have done better if it was a spot earlier, because Ariana Grande's music, while it is really good, it may not have been the best way to end Coachella because she's an amazing vocalist, but the energy she brings doesn't get, again, connected to a lot of different audiences easily.
Yeah. So the Coachella headliner has to be somebody that resonates with the entire crowd. You know, like, I understand her fans probably thought it was the greatest thing ever. They love her. They love all her songs. They know everything from her. But me as a casual fan, like, I know like 3 or 4 of her songs. Like, oh, I recognize the songs on the radio, whatever. But I didn't feel connected, you know, like, it was a little bit like, oh, cool, whatever. The best part, of course, NSYNC coming out was cool. One thing about NSYNC, though, of course, the legend JT wasn't there.
We did not see JT.
So the reason JT wasn't there, because he was supposed to be the Sunday headliner for Coachella. There was a rumor he was signed in since the summer.
Oh, no way.
And like, I think December, he had to get vocal cord surgery, which made him drop out of Coachella.
No way.
I think NSYNC coming on was kind of like a tribute to him, and he couldn't come on because he's still recovering from the vocal cord. So there's a possibility, maybe next year. You never know, JT might come back.
Yeah, and then, to be honest, just wrapping up on Ariana Grande, I think a lot of her stuff it's style that's pop ballad. It's not like dancing per se music. The biggest dancing song that I know from Ariana is Problem with Iggy Azalea, and I think it's like some backup vocals from Big Sean.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I think that Ariana Grande's placement wasn't as good as it could be in the Coachella lineup, because it's not the hypest way to end out the Coachella festival.
Like, for example, if Gambino, or maybe Kid Cudi, I think Kid Cudi would have been the best headliner.
Honestly, that would have been a great close.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Kanye dropping out.
Yeah.
That shit just pissed me off. Like, if Kanye would have been the closing, it would have been the best weekend ever. Like, hands down, this Coachella was super amazing. If Kanye would have been the headliner, it would have been the greatest Coachella ever. It was just, for me personally, again, you have your own experiences, you like your own stuff. That's what's cool about Coachella. We all have our different perspectives. But like, Kanye dropped out because he wanted to have a giant dome.
Yeah.
But it didn't fit the restrooms. Like, they didn't have enough restrooms for the amount of people and like OSHA rules and whatever. So Kanye is like, you know what? Dispute over the stage that he dropped out. And then Ariana was most likely going to be on Saturday. I think that's what would have happened. So it would have been Friday Gambino, Saturday Ariana Grande, Sunday Kanye. Like, that would have been so sick.
Yeah.
Because you know Kanye is going to bring out Kid Cudi from Saturday, bring out Pusha T.
He'll bring out anyone, bro. He's collaborated with everyone since 2001?
Yeah.
From his producer days?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you never know Jay-Z, you never know.
Yeah, honestly,
anyone. Even Lil Uzi or, what's his name? Yeah,
Lil Uzi?
No, the one from I Love It. It's Lil Yachty, right? I Love It. You're such
that's
I don't know them.
I'm blanking on his name right now.
He came out with Gucci Gang.
Lil Pump.
I Love It. So he could have brought Lil Pump for I Love It. Like, there were so much possibilities for Kanye. He is going to be at the Sunday service next week, so that's exciting.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, man. That'll be.
Dude, the clips, like, have you seen those clips, like, where they're playing like church music?
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm actually excited for Yandi because it sounds like a mesh between the life of Pablo and like Graduation.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
More of a soul sample, you know. Like, I think the last Yeezus was really like electronic European vibes, because I saw this on YouTube. There's a documentary about like the making of Yeezus. It's by like a YouTuber, so it's not like official, but that video is so good. If you guys want to check out the making of Yeezus, the making of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, they're like 30-minute documentaries on YouTube. Oh my god, they're so good, bro. So for Yeezus, he went into Europe. He was in Europe for like 6 months, exploring like European artists. One of them that was at Coachella, actually, Gesaffelstein.
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 Yeah.
So Kanye, like, he worked with him in Europe to make the Yeezus sound like a bunch
of minimal, yeah.
Yeah. So the Yeezus is like really like electronic, really like
it's dark.
It's different. So a lot of people didn't like Yeezus because it's not really hip hop, you know. But so yeah, Kanye, like, going back to the soul sample, like going back to those old days, going back to Life of Pablo was like that. It's just gonna be maybe like half gospel, half just soul album mixed with hip hop. Like, he's gonna do something amazing.
Yeah, one thing that he's good at is mixing soulful in with the hip hop. Like, he's one of the pioneers that did that, and it shows on Kids He Goes when he said, what's he say? Bought an alligator, I ain't talking Lacoste. Let me say, like a mixing recipe with Rick Ross. Yeah. So if you get to see that Sunday, I'm super jealous of all y'all. So take advantage of that.
He's definitely gonna bring out an entire different vibe, and he's also combining like some of his old classics with the gospel sound. If you've been following on Twitter or when Kim Kardashian posts those videos, like he's done like Jesus Walks, Power. He's done The Good Life, like all different ones with like a choir sound.
Yeah, it's been insane.
Like I can't wait for him to perform this live. And like I'm not into church. I'm not into religion that much, to be honest. Like I really stay away from all that. But just his performance mixed with that stuff, like even church music is pretty powerful to begin with, so it's gonna be super dope. Like just as a fan of Kanye, like I'm a huge Kanye fan, so I'm excited to go weekend too.
Same here, man. And again, to wrap it up, Coachella the first weekend was pretty good. Some things that I hope don't happen second weekend for you goers. So enjoy it. It's gonna be great. Hopefully these tips and these recaps tell you about what's hopefully to be expected.
What we felt weekend one. You know, like weekend two might be completely different, but this is how we felt. This is how some of the artists, like their performances, like resonated with us. Again, you might not even see the same artist we're watching. You might see somebody completely different or whatever, but just make the most out of your weekend. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Think about it as a marathon, not a sprint. So don't go too hard on Friday. End up in the medical tent so you're missing out on Sunday. You know, like take it easy, have a good time, and you're gonna have a good time either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like our last, I think our Coachella video that I think got a bunch of views. Stay hydrated. Wear sunscreen.
Wear sunscreen. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. My name's Angel. This is my best friend Brian. Follow him on Instagram at Suarezito. I'll put the link in the description. And again, if you guys have any questions about weekend one, maybe you guys want to know anything about weekend two, let us know in the comments. And hopefully, I will be going weekend two, most likely just on Sunday. I haven't really worked it all out, but I will be going on Sunday for Kanye. So if you want to meet me, we'll be at the Kanye Sunday service for sure. And follow my boy Brian. He's a DJ out of LA. He's just a freaking amazing person. So hopefully this video helped you guys out for weekend two and future Coachellas, or if you're just listening to this on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. Get on that Coachella list. Let's go.